Hello my wonderful people, today Truth Detective is here in the Finnish forest again, and you know, in Finland we have the long winters but we also have summers, you know, and summers can be quite hot, you know, nothing like you get like in the real hot parts of this world, this planet I mean, but they can be quite hot, and a strategy you can use to like survive the Finnish summers is to like always go in the forests, because you don't want to really burn your skin. Nowadays, you know, you have all kinds of like cancer causing, you know, rays from the sun, because all the, you know, the ozone layers have been like worn out because of all the pollution, you know. So you go through the forest or you wear like long sleeve shirts or something like that. So I have a plan today that I'm gonna make abstract photographs out of this shirt I have. And you know, I have a new hat over here also by Borsellino, and I have something to drink over here. This is made out of oats. It's a Finnish product, you know, so you won't understand the text, but it's basically water, some like salt in it, and then like oats. It's interesting how in photography you have that kind of sweet spot where you have the framing of the picture like right, and it feels different from every other photograph you take. One thing you have to keep in mind, the Finnish nature, is that there can be snakes, and you know, these snakes usually they hang out in the sun, and also they hang out near like rocks, you know, like if there's a lot of rocks, usually they hang out in the sun and in the rocks, you know. So you usually don't see them on forest trails like this, but it's possible, so you have to keep your eyes open. And you see here's a nice highlight of the, you know, of the sun, how it like hits the hat over here. I really like that. This forest we have over here, this is a forest where I drew a lot, you know, with graphite or this mechanical pen, I can show you. And this forest, I really dig it, you know. I think I drew this forest from every possible angle, you know. I have probably sat on each one of these rocks for like hours and drew this forest. While I was leaving out, I was thinking about my camera game and how I should probably like upgrade my camera game and, you know, get better equipment, you know. I went to the store and asked this one guy, the salesman, and he recommended that I should buy a DSLR, a Canon, and I'm thinking about buying a lightweight DSLR for, I would be really into like making videos. You see this color? And you see that, like that, this tree, how it matches. I would be really interested in like doing videos where I combine, you know, photography, video and vlogging at the same time. In this video I want to be also talking to you about style, and how style is related to so many things, and how style really deals with the dualities of life, like dark and light, like colorful and colorless, like, you know, for example, like girly and manly, you know, that kind of like dualities. And how when you are seeking your own style in anything, you have to go to the extremes, and then you have to find the like the middle way, whatever it might be. And that's how you really like seek your style. You try going really dark, then you try going really like, you know, light. You try going like without color, then you go all out on color, you know. That's how you find your style. And I feel that the best styles have a certain kind of contradiction. They have the both extremes united into one, you know, like a triangle. And the shadow you get with these type of hats, you know, it's just, you know, priceless, you know. Even your shadow looks so freaking stylish and good, you know. That's one of the good things in Finland. We don't throw trash around like they do in some other countries. We have trash cans almost like everywhere here, and it's great. You don't see a lot of drug needles either in this like country. And that's also a great plus, you know, they even have these like things you can dispose your like drug needles if you are like an IV user. I don't know if that's a like kind of thing they do in other countries. I have no idea, but I'm not really interested in that. I'm not a druggie. This flower, we have a lot of these in Finland, you know, and I have no idea what's the name of this thing, but oh, and by the way, this is how the hat looks from the inside, you know, you can see the Borsellino logo here, and it's a really nice hat. And I have a goal over here. I want to today take one good picture of a bird and include it in this video. It would be awesome. Let's try. You can see the trees over here, you know, these are old trees, you know, like I have no idea, but probably like hundreds of years old, you know, they are tall, and that's what Finnish nature is really all about. It's all about freaking forests, you know, there's nothing but forests in Finland. Oh yeah, I just thought that, you know, there are many people who are interested in EDCs, you know, everyday carry. What are you carrying with you every day you go out and that kind of stuff? I have many types of EDCs actually, it's not like always the same. But today I want to show you my EDC. It's very simple today. So this is my EDC today, and you know, it's just a small notebook by Moleskine and 2 pens. This is a ballpoint Parker Portal IM and Parker Portal IM fountain pen, and then I have my wallet, and those cards, they are business cards that have my YouTube channel name on them, so I can market my channel to people through these. And you know, I change my EDC like every day. It's not always the same. I use different combinations of items. And the other subject I have for you today is fast and slow thinking. This was inspired by Daniel Kahneman from book Thinking Fast and Slow, and Thinking Slow and Fast, whatever it might be. You can check it out on YouTube. It's a free audio book. But I want to be talking to you about when you encounter a problem, your thinking starts to slow down. You have to kind of like stop, and you have to like think more slowly through the process. But when you have solved the problem enough times, you get faster at solving the same problem. It's no longer really a problem. And this is related to your neurological like makeup, and it's related to this substance called myelin in your brain. When you, for example, use a language enough, your like pathways in the brain that correspond to the words, they get really fast, and you can talk, for example, a foreign language like it's nothing, like you have always been talking this language. You don't need a second thought to do this. You know, that's what practice does. So in photography you have to understand that you have to maybe take 30 shots to get that one good, you know, photo. But you know, you just look and look and look and look at thousands of like photos of that you have taken, and you kind of like get a knack for it. You kind of like start to understand that what makes good a photograph, and what makes a good composition, what is a good color scheme, you know. You start to understand all these component parts of like photography and maybe even art making, and really that's what you need to take your photography to the art level. You have to have that understanding of all these things, and you can't really learn that only through photography. You can't learn color through photography, that's for sure. And you probably can't also learn like values or tonality through photography only, because it's such a hard skill for the human being to like see the world in black and white. You have to really paint or do drawing to understand the world without colors in terms of like the grayscale. So I feel that the schooling you need if you really want to become good in terms of like visual stuff, whatever it might be, you have to draw. That's a given thing. You have to learn to draw. But it was my own path, so every other artist's path is kind of different, you know. Nobody takes the same path in the artistry, you know. There's no way to become like somebody else in the arts, you know. That's not what we do as an artist. You know, we have our own vision. That photo is a really good example of like strong lights in the foreground and like really dark colors in the background. And I feel that it makes a great whatever it might be, you know. It makes like clothes great, you have dark colors and bright colors. It makes everything so great when you have those, like, you know, those extremes. When you have only one extreme, it's kind of bad. Like for example, here we have far too much light in the shot. If this was a photograph, you know, there's just too much light in this. Maybe like that it's better, but... So I feel that when you have a camera that has a lot of zoom in it, you can kind of like play the line between abstraction and the representational, like the part of the art making or the photography. So yeah, this is the downside of going through the forests, you know, you get all these mosquito bites, but you can be pretty sure that if I get this art thing like really going and I start to gain some recognition for my work, and I'm able to at some point like travel, I really would be interested in doing like travel vlogging. That's how the card looks on the Borsalino, you know, it fits it really well, but you know, I'm thinking about doing a card in English also, or maybe like on the other side do an English one. And you know, it's kind of funny like those soldiers in the like Vietnam War, when they used to wear on their helmets those Ace of Spades cards, you know, to bring good luck to get shot on your head, you know. So yeah, it's kind of like blast from the past, you know, blast from the past. So now we might be bringing out the freaking gangster voice, you know. You might not know this about me, but like a few years ago I used to be a really hardcore sports person. I cycled a lot. I had a cyclocross bike and I cycled a lot for like 5 years, and I used to lift a lot of weights, but then I started getting actually really bad joint and muscle problems, so I had to stop. So nowadays I only walk. So here's the next thing I'm gonna be talking to you about in this video. We are gonna be talking to you about getting 2 birds with 1 stone. You remember this like saying, get 2 birds with 1 stone. And for example, here I'm walking around, I'm getting exercise, I'm doing a vlog, and I'm practicing my English skill at the same time as taking photographs in few different styles. So now we might be getting 1 more bird with this stone, and you know, I have this song for you and it goes like this. I wrote this myself. It's really possible that nowadays they're all clean, but in the past every one of them smoked freaking weed. Bands are so easy to start, but it's the hardest thing to continue on. It's so easy to write a song, but how about you finish one? Now we hop on the stage and make so many mistakes, then we travel to the States and look for a rifle range. So how about you join us now, the Pink Gangster Band? Hop in the Shark Tank and learn the art. If you have a voice, you will always have a choice. This song is for the army boys and it goes like the march. You can get some shiny stars, so now go cross the lines and fix all of your sights. And in the darkest of nights, in the wildest firefights, the Uncle Sam will drop bombs, so them, so pray for God of war. You won't end up in the morgue and hear this drum beat line. It all starts with the rhyme. You need to learn how to march. You will end up in the stars, and when you come back home, get all your stories told. They will become the best songs, and that's the reason I'm so strong. So that's the reason I'm so strong. Yeah, so it's a great exercise actually to sing songs that you wrote yourself and, you know, walk at the same time, get like 7 birds with 1 stone. Let's go to the hell realm, ride on the back of a demon, draw out magic swords, fight Satan with a force. You know, there was this like a local art show thing going on right at this moment, and they had this like light installation thing. I think I'm gonna be going there, and I try to take some good photographs out of that like installation. So yeah, I went to this art exhibition place, and you know, there was this like this light installation type of art piece, and I made these artworks out of that. So yeah, the summer is getting really hot, and you know, luckily I'm in this room over here that has air conditioning, but you know, I have to walk again pretty soon, and you know, I really need to invest in some freaking like proper summer clothes, you know, because I feel that I would enjoy this freaking season much more if So I think I'm pretty much done for the day, and you know, it was a day of taking a lot of photographs. This is the real detective hat. It kind of like makes you move in the shadows, and you like discover all kinds of things, you know. And if you really want to like be a, you know, a detective in this world, you know, you have to wear one of these. It's gonna like, it's amazing how like the way you move changes when you wear one of these.